Meantime, Sean McDermott in the other locker room after a tough loss.
Obviously a hard-fought game. Had opportunities to win the game. We didn't get the job done. They made plays. They made more plays than we did. Congratulations to them. I'll give them credit. But we had opportunities to win the game, and we came up short. So, not an easy pill to swallow this time of year. A lot of pain in that locker room. A lot of hard work's gone into it, and so, we learned from it, and we go on into the off season and keep building, keep working. So with that, we'll open up to your questions.
Sean, was where things started. It started off so well, going up 16-0 after the first drive your first drive in the second half, and then it all just kind of evaporated. What happened from your perspective?
Well, I'll say this: they made some plays. We were a little loose at times right there, and we needed touchdowns too. You can't hang around, let a team like that hang around. We had opportunities to go up, 20 or whatever there, and we didn't come away with touchdowns. And so that I feel like that let them hang around a little bit, and then they made some plays in the second half.
With Josh, it seemed like maybe he was going a little bit out of character from what we've seen basically since the Patriots game, where he was starting to throw the ball up a little bit. I mean, what was your message to him as that was kind of evolving in that way?
Just trying to do too much, and getting a little bit maybe, just extreme with what he felt like we needed at the time. The one lateral on their sideline, or whatever it was there. But overall, we just didn't make enough plays.
What was the thought process with going for it on that fourth down as opposed to punting?
We talked about punting, using timeouts there, and we wanted to be aggressive. At the end of the day, it ended up working out for us. We were able to tie the game there, and go to overtime. So.
You called it a stinging loss and a lot of pain in that locker room. What was your message to them?
There's nothing that I was going to say that was going to take the pain away. We've worked really hard. We worked, all off season, all season long. The guys gave it everything they had, and we'll never stop fighting. The Buffalo Bills will never stop fighting. All right. Thanks, guys.
Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott, you heard him talk about the pain that his team is feeling in the locker room right now.
It's painful.
And it's understandable. You got a 16-0 lead, all the momentum on your side. Very few games hurt like a game like this, TD.
Yeah, especially ones where you feel like you played well enough to win it and you had the game in your control. And you look back at a couple of plays, right? We talked about the J.J. Watt sack. You talk about when Josh Allen was running and he fumbled the football. Huge play, right? That was right after Houston had gone down. They had answered. They were answering that drive, and he got the ball stripped out of there. So there's a few plays they had to clean up. But, it always hurts in the playoffs because there is no other game. This is it. Your dream of trying to win that championship is over.
Can't make it up.
Meantime, LT, you heard Bill O'Brien talking about the resolve, the character on his team, especially what they showed in the second half. Deshaun Watson, lead engineer in the game-winning drive. What do you make of this team's resolve, and what do you give them in terms of their chances going forward in the playoffs? I know it wasn't the prettiest football game that we've seen from the Texans, but a win is a win is a win, and they showed a lot of heart to get it.
You have to like their resolve, as you mentioned. And here's the thing. If you know you can win ugly games, then certainly you know that you can win the beautiful games where, like the Patriots earlier this year when they beat the Patriots. That was their best game of the year, right? So they can do it both ways. And as a coach, that's what you tell them, guys. We can win a game no matter how it's played. If it's ugly, we win ugly games. If it's a blowout, we can win those games as well. So you got to like I love his message at the end of the game, especially about the play call. He took accountability for that, and that's what players want to see as well.
But here's what the next game, the offenses that they're playing, they get up 16-0. They might run those boys out the building, all right?
It's over with.
Kansas City, Baltimore, you can't spot them.
Josh Allen was huge in engineering that early 16-0 lead. His team comes out on the losing end of this one. Here's Allen in the locker room after that.
things started for you guys, it seemed like you guys were really on a high note going up 16-0 the way that you did. But just from your perspective, what happened in that second?
We didn't execute how we should have. We didn't make as many plays as we should have. It's really what it comes down to. They made one more play than us. It's a couple things early, and we got to continue to keep executing. And it sucks. This is a team that fought the entire game. And I really appreciate how the guys battled today. We make one or two different plays, and it's a different story. But at the end of the day, we didn't. Hats off to the Texans. They played a great game, and it's going to be a long off season, but we'll learn from it.
What, if anything, can you learn from a game like this?
Obviously the playoff experience. Every possession matters. The fumble that I had cost us 3 points, and ultimately that was the difference in the game. So we got to find ways to clean that up. I got to find ways to clean that up, and it'll be something that I work on in the offseason. Like I said, it's going to be a long one, but this one's going to hurt and sting for a little bit. But life goes on. We'll learn from it and move on.
Josh, I remember a month or so ago you said that New England game was really that one game that you learned from to try not to do too much. And Sean kind of said you were trying to do a little bit too much out there. What kind of evolved in that way in the fourth quarter, specifically when you're doing the pitch plays and throwing it down the field to the mark?
Yeah. Just again, got to know the situation and be smarter in that aspect, and let the moment, right there, and just trying to make a play for the team, whatever it took, and there's some plays obviously I wish I had back, and some plays I wouldn't take back, but it's what it is.
Are you taking this loss personally?
Yeah, for sure. Every loss is personal, and if I can go out there and execute differently, and hindsight's 20/20, but there's some things we should have hit on, and put that on my shoulders, especially with how well our defense played today. So teams go how their quarterbacks usually go, and I got to be better for this team.
Josh, what's your biggest takeaway? I know it's real early here, but losing a game like that, the way you guys lost it, what's your takeaway that you're going to go into the offseason with?
Well, it's a bitter taste. You don't want to lose that way. You don't want to lose anyway. But again, hats off to the Texans. They kept battling. They stayed in there. Made one more play than we did. That's what it came down to. And take this into the offseason, use it. Let it fuel me, and continue there.
Throughout the regular season, we called the Bills, really a second-half team. You guys seemed to come out in the second half and fire. Tonight, it was kind of almost the opposite. You came out firing in the first half and kind of were slowed in the second half. What was the difference?
We still had, I think, 400 yards plus of offense. We got to find ways to get 6 instead of 3 when we get down there. And again, that's on the quarterback's shoulders, and I got to learn from that and use that and take that. And it is what it is at this point. I love my teammates. I love that the energy that they brought today, how they battled. And it sucks to lose this way, but again, I wouldn't trade any of these guys for anybody. And this is gonna make us hungrier for sure. It sucks that we couldn't get the job done, but life moves on.
Josh, when you got that second chance at the end of regulation after you guys had stopped them, and you drove down for the tying field goal, was there a sense of maybe there was a little bit you guys were destined to win this game against all odds, the way it had ended there in the fourth quarter there?
For sure, we decided. We really gave ourselves a chance to obviously stay in it there and get to overtime, and we had our opportunities and didn't follow through on them. Just little things here or there, and the Texans took advantage. Again, so hats off to them how they played, and but at the same time we got to find ways to finish that game. We had our opportunities, and like I said, we just got to find ways.
From the quarterback's perspective, only good.